Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name is Michael.
My name's Sean.
How are you today, Sean?
My ears hurt. That was loud.
Now, it is the day after the last episode.
It is. Surprise, because I'm going to be away.
Sean's going to be away. So we're recording two basically back to back. So if we're not reacting to any world events that happen in a week, you'll know why.
You'll know why.
You know?
You want to apologise to the people about what we both did?
So the reason we called the last episode we called it the last pod because Sean talked about The Last Dance, the documentary on Netflix about basketball and Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought,
how funny would it be?
Let's call it the last pod.
Yeah.
As an homage to that show.
Yeah.
And everyone thought it was our last episode. It didn't help the fact that in our Instagram post I said, this is our last podcast.
Because
so
I saw that.
So please give us a pity listen.
I saw the Instagram post, but I didn't read the bio, like the description. So I was like, yeah, cool. And I was getting like my sister messaged me, a friend messaged me, like, is it actually over? I was like,
is everything okay? Are you and Michael still friends?
Yeah, they're like, is everything? I'm like, no, it's all good. It's just a bit of a joke. And they're like, why does it say it on the Instagram? I was like, what? And then on the Instagram, and it just says, "Oh yeah, this is our last episode, by the way." I was like, "What? No, it's funny because
hey, look, the clickbait worked. It got people talking. I had friends messaging me.
Yeah, but now if it ever happens, people are like, they're not actually finishing.
They're not actually quitting.
It's like the boy who cries wolf.
We should rename every podcast from here on out the last pod, take 2. So it's just like we just keep going.
2.0.
Yeah, and then the last pod final,
and then we'll do. Like one episode, you're like, I've got a brain problem. I'm going to die next week, so we can't do the podcast. We call it the last pod, but then people are like, he'll be back.
Who's our Patreon?
Use our Patreon. No way.
It's like, you know, when you're doing an assignment and you name it dumb things on like while you're progressing, is like you save copies of it. Yeah. So you'll be like assignment final done. Again, done or like
finally finised. I promise.
We just keep doing that with the podcast.
Yeah. Episode. Seriously, guys. This is the last one. I promise. I know what you're talking about.
I'm springing this on you now. I said we'll do it at the end of the episode, but one of the biggest feedback points that we get from this podcast is we need some segments. Okay. So a while ago, I said to the Instagram, give us some podcast ideas, and we have covered a few.
Topics.
A few topics like here and there, but it's time that we solidify the tradition, and at the beginning of every episode, we do a listener topic.
But then what if we run out of listener topics?
Well, then we ask for more.
But then what if people don't send any?
Well, then
they thought it was our last episode.
Well, then we'll come up with one ourselves, and then pretend we have listeners that care about.
I like where your head's at. Also, I just got a DM. Like, this is just from one of our fans. So which one did you pick?
So our listener topic.
You should get a hat, and we should pick it out of a thing.
Oh, that would be good.
Who's it from? So we can shout them out.
So this one is from a recurring character on our podcast called our One American Listener.
One American Listener. Mm-hmm.
Her name's Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. Our One American Listener. I love our recurring.
To be honest,
that's the best one.
I don't know if she still listens to the podcast, but hopefully she does. And a while ago, she didn't ring. She messaged in and said, you should cover Australian stereotypes and just give your opinions on them, see if they're true or false.
Oh.
So
you've got an article there.
I've got an article that by our BuzzFeed, the most reputable journalist.
A reliable source. Yep. Yeah.
Called 13 Annoyingly Common Australian Stereotypes Ranked by Accuracy. So I had a quick look through it. It's not even stereotypes. It's more just like
characters.
Types of people you run into in Australia. And I think it would be fun to just say if we know one.
Yeah.
If we know one or if we don't. Or how common they are.
How common are they? Yeah.
So number 13 on our list. The murderous psychopath who lives in the outback.
So is this like the 13th is the most accurate?
Yeah, I think so.
Number 1 is the most accurate?
Yeah.
I've never met a murderous psychopath who lives in the outback.
Who was the guy that would pick up hitchhikers? Who kind of he would like pick up hitchhikers on the highways? Ivan Milat. I think that's kind of where that comes from.
That's maybe where that's come from.
Because he's a pretty well-known serial killer.
To our one American listener, that is a person who used to pick up hitchhikers back in the day and used to kill them.
Yeah. And he wasn't even really country. He was out.
He was like on the main roads,
like the coastal highways.
Yeah, coastal highways.
I'm guessing that's where
outside of the city.
I'm guessing that's where that stereotype comes from. I don't know the murderous psychopath who lives out in the outback. Do you?
No, I'm not familiar with a
No.
murderous psychopath who lives out in the outback.
Probably be easy to get away with murder out there, though.
It would
There's
be.
not much out there.
Plenty of room to dump a body.
Okay, our 12th Australian character, the dumb backwards Aussie.
The dumb.
So
what does that mean?
Think like hillbilly type,
Yeah.
but they're Aussie.
I know a lot of dumb people that live in Australia, so I guess that's true.
I wouldn't really describe those people as the dumb backwards Aussie.
I don't know what backwards
Maybe like,
means.
have you ever met someone that's a real country and they're just a bit different, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few at my university, but they were from out of like. Whew, there's some characters.
There's
you know
some
what I mean?
characters.
There's
They're
some
not
weird
they're not
people.
dumb. They're just different.
They're just strange.
They're like the hillbillies of Australia.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely different. I wouldn't say they're dumb.
Yeah.
That's rude.
No.
You know?
You wouldn't.
What's the next one?
The
What's our 10th? Is this 10?
This is 11.
11.
The surfer.
Not a lot of surfers.
I know, of all the people I know, I think I know 3 people that surf.
Is that really a stereotype?
If you live near the beach, maybe. But I think like
Hey, I'm not a surfer, even though I surf. Stop stereotyping me that way.
you would think a lot of people that live near the beach would surf, but they don't. It's not very common.
Oh, it is common. It depends who it is, but who you know. Like, if
like-
you're mates with a whole bunch of surfers, you're like, yeah, everyone surfs, bro.
Yeah, true.
But then it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I only know a couple of people that surf, but like, you know, I also know a couple of dumb hillbillies. So
Do you ever watch Blue Water High?
no,
Really?
nah,
Did you have Foxtel growing up?
yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
Never got that ABC Kids in the
Nah.
afternoon, Blue Water High.
I was privileged.
Did you ever watch Roller Coaster TV?
No,
Ah,
weirdo. I watched
these
the
are-
Disney Channel,
These are
bro.
great. No. the
Watched
dro-
Nickelodeon.
the Drover.
What's that? What's
It's like a dude that rides a horse and has a hat and a whip and
what, a cowboy?
he basically.
Do you know
he
anyone
works-
that's like that?
He's a drover. He like moves cattle around.
You bloody drover.
I don't know anyone like that.
Not a
Mainly
single
because I
person.
don't live near the country.
I think I know more surfers than I do drovers.
yeah, the tough talking crocodile hunter. I don't know any of those.
Don't know any of those.
Maybe if I lived in Queensland.
These are very stupid, BuzzFeed.
Here we go. The hot blonde.
Oh, it's me. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
blonde's very common here in bloody Australia, mate.
It has a picture of Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, so it's a man. Oh, well, I
Yeah.
guess it can be a woman.
Well, it could be a woman too. I think.
Yeah, they're pretty common.
they're pretty common.
It's weird to be like,
Anyone that makes it on social media
it's like such and such is a hot blonde.
and is Australian,
huh?
yeah, they're
But
usually
you
hot
know,
blondes. Yeah.
Hot is just very.
I think it's a stereotype. Here we have, partly thanks to Margot Robbie and Chris Hemsworth. I think they're Australia's hot blondes,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah. Do you know them personally?
No, the
well, there you
wildlife
go.
expert.
Yeah,
I know a few people that are into reptiles.
do you?
They
Yeah,
like
okay.
love their snakes.
But
and
is
stuff.
that like, that's common all over the world, but not really in Australia, right?
Yeah, maybe. But are they like real into it? Like,
don't
I know I used to work with a guy who that uploads videos to Instagram of him like going out at night to look for like
Oh, really?
bugs and creatures and scorpions and stuff like that.
Good
So
for him.
I know one wildlife expert. at
I'd love
least.
to spend a night with that man. That'd be sick.
The funny yet over the top Aussie.
You know.
That's me again.
That's me again. No, I don't know.
It's got a picture of the chick from Pitch Perfect. Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson, yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I
get that. I don't really know many. I mean, a lot of my friends are funny.
They're not really over the top.
Yeah, over the top.
The bogan. We know plenty of those.
That's like saying an Australian stereotype is being Australian. I know a few of those. Like,
man.
yeah.
The drunk Australian. I
That's
know
you.
people that are constantly drinking.
That's you. You're constantly drinking.
There's a fair few alcoholics in Australia.
Yeah, it's pretty common here.
Yeah.
We drink a
It's
lot.
very common
We
here.
definitely drink a lot.
Especially amongst tradies and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you talk to a few
Wow,
tradies.
now
and
that's stereotypical.
a lot of
right
them.
there.
Oh well, a lot of them know some drunk people that plumber's breakfast in the morning. They have a pack of cigarettes and
And they jump on the
and a
bricky's
V,
laptop.
and a V. Yeah. The smooth talking, sexy bad boy. That's you.
I
Again,
know
mate.
one of those. I guess.
don't-
I don't know. That's just
No,
weird because
not
it's like
really.
all these things are common all over the world. These aren't like Australian specific. Like, yes, we only have surfers.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Yeah, I think these are just. It's got a picture of Heath Ledger.
Where's
from,
our American friend from?
Michigan.
Do they have beaches there?
No, they have a lake.
Has our one American
She
friend
won't-
ever seen the beach before?
Oh, she's been to Australia.
Oh, well,
She came to Australia.
Oh yeah, what the hell? That's how we know it. That makes sense.
The sports lover and the Aussie who fucking loves to swear.
Is that number one?
That's number one is
every Australian loves to swear.
Every
I mean, everyone likes to swear in general. You know what I
mean? Yeah, feels good.
Yeah.
There's a new show on
What's
Netflix.
your best curse word? What's your favorite one to say? Say it right now.
Cunt.
Oh wow.
We're not bleeping it.
We're not bleeping it. No.
Nah.
Cunt.
Wow.
Just emphasize that.
A lot of people don't like that word.
No.
A lot of Australians don't like that word. They think it's too much. It's like too vile.
Really? I thought it was the other way around.
No.
I thought a lot of Australians are like, oh yeah, but then if you say it in America, everyone's like, whoa.
Well, yeah, America's very like, you can't say that.
You can't say the C
but
word.
I know, especially girls, mainly girls don't like it.
Yeah,
they just think it's a very.
I don't think there's ever been a girl.
I
don't think I've heard a girl say that word.
It's a very punchy word. Like when you hear someone say it, you're like, whoa, damn.
You emphasize that.
No, you don't.
Cunt.
So,
I've got another article.
Okay, quickly pull it up.
This one's good.
So far,
decently good.
So far, most Australian stereotypes don't.
Those were just all
really,
people.
They're more people. You're right.
These ones are a little bit better. Deadly animals. So Australia's very known for deadly animals.
It's very rare that I'll come across an animal that'll kill me.
Yeah. How often? Like, can you name them on? Like, can you count them on your fingers? How many times you've seen like a
deadly animal?
A deadly animal that can kill you.
Oh,
not at the zoo.
Probably heaps.
Heaps?
I've seen like funnel web spiders and snakes. I've seen like brown snakes and black snakes and stuff.
How often? Like, are we talking over 10
in my
times?
In my life, every deadly animal encounter, maybe like 30 or 40.
Oh wow, you do a lot more exploring than I do. I'd say below 10.
You ever seen like sharks or stingrays when you're swimming, snorkeling?
Yeah, but I was
They're all
thinking
deadly.
more. Yeah, I mean, you see sharks, but when you see like a nurse shark, you're like, that's deadly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like,
yeah, true.
Yeah. Well,
that sneeze might have come up on the
seen
mic.
a few, like you see a few spiders and stuff. I've seen snakes, but like they're not, climbing out of the walls.
No, they're not attacking you.
No,
you just kind of leave them
alone. Like you seen a crocodile? No,
you just leave them
I mean,
alone.
besides the zoo, but
besides the zoo, I haven't seen.
I mean, maybe if you live up north,
maybe,
but I don't know. Vegemite for breakfast, lunch, and tea is the next one.
I'll have Vegemite like once a month. I don't have Vegemite very often.
I think what's very annoying was when people think we just eat it out of the jar, which is not true.
I enjoy it like that, but I don't do it.
Get out.
Don't usually do it.
Riding kangaroos.
No.
That's pretty fairly. I think that's pretty. Like. I
Common.
think everyone knows that we don't do that, right? That's just a bit of a joke.
Depends.
Or do people genuinely think that we ride that?
I've heard that some Americans genuinely think we ride kangaroos.
Really?
Yeah. Where would you ride them? On their back like a saddle?
Yeah,
or
surely.
in their pouch?
If you're like that, like see I got a photo of a kangaroo here.
Yeah.
100% it's on their back. You can't fit in the pouch.
Maybe if a baby. You could put a baby in a kangaroo
Especially
pouch.
a big grown one. Those huge ones.
Kangaroos get massive.
They get huge.
Like standing up, they're like half a meter above us.
Remember that guy
who
punched one in the face? He went bang.
Oh, yeah, that was a funny video.
Next one is convicts.
No. Maybe like 150 years ago, we all might have been convicts, but not anymore.
The country is wildly multicultural and is home to approximately 6 million migrants.
Yeah. You go to some areas of Sydney and it doesn't feel...
You won't see...
typical...
No.
Like typical Anglo-Australians.
Anglo-Saxon, nah. We're very multicultural here. Australia's one big desert.
But we're also kind of segregated because like the different races and communities generally like stick within themselves. Like
because when they get migrated here, they have especially after World War II and stuff, they have specific locations for the migrants to go.
Pick a suburb and then their friends and family come and join them in Australia and then they build around the area.
And they all live around the area and then that's what that area is known for.
Yeah.
Australia's one big desert. No. It's not, obviously.
Well,
actually, it is
a lot
a whole
of it
big
is.
desert, but not everyone lives in the desert.
No.
So.
Like 95% of people live along the coast in Australia.
Surfers. Oh, this one has a little fact. While the majority of the population live within an hour's drive of the beach, only 10% of Australians surf.
I would say it's less than that.
I'd say it's less than that.
Actually, maybe not.
Because I reckon there's probably those couple dudes that are like, yeah, man, I surf, and they've done it like once or twice. Like, I do it all the time. Right?
Yeah.
I've always liked to do it.
I used to like bodyboard when I was younger.
Yeah, it's not surfing.
Boogie board. No, not as cool.
You don't stand up. You're not cool. You're like, oh, you going for a surf? No, I'm going for a bodyboard. Oh.
Go for a boogie board, mate.
Well, that's kind of weird.
Oh, you surf?
Ooh.
Mate, I don't even have to get up.
That's kind of that is true. Actually, that's more alpha. It's like it's less taxing on my knees. Shrimp on the Barbie. Yeah. So obviously there was
Not
a
really
famous
a thing.
ad where he said shrimp on the Barbie, but we don't say shrimp here.
No.
Racist. That's one of the stereotypes.
Look,
I mean, I think that's pretty. I don't know.
I would say it's true.
We're definitely casually racist. That's
I think
for sure.
we're very casually racist. But I think casual racism can also be confused with
actual
regular racism.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a difference, guys. No. I'm just a casual racist. I don't do it all the time. It's every now and then.
Are you a professional racist? Nah, just casual.
just casual.
Just casual.
Oh, fair enough. Foster's beer.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. No one drinks Foster's
I've never
beer.
had it.
No, neither have I. Basically, there was an ad that I think they played like in America for Foster's beer, and then they're like, "Oh, everyone drinks Foster's beer." Nah, I don't think anybody drinks Foster's beer.
No one drinks Foster's.
No one drinks Foster's beer. Always Hot is the last. Well, not the last. Sorry, second last.
Not this summer. This summer's been shit.
Yeah, it's barely even hot. It hasn't got over 30 yet. I mean, it probably has once, but not by much.
It's been 30, like 4 and 35 a few times, but it's been like really rainy the last few days.
Yeah, no,
it's really cloudy before.
It sucks.
It's not been very good.
Hey, but we have snow here, so we're only like a 5-hour drive in the snow.
Only
we can't talk about it though. So.
On about 3 mountains, we get snow in Australia.
And then the last one's fit and tan. Well, I don't know, mate. I'm pretty fit and tan. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd say no.
Yeah, no way.
Something like 30 or 40% of our population.
More than 60% of adults considered overweight. Oh,
well, there you go.
There's another article here that says 10 things you should never say to an Australian.
Do we want to go through it or move on?
Put another shrimp on the Barbie. Let me just run through it. Dingo ate my baby. Yeah, cool. Vegemite's disgusting. These are like super easy to make up. What's the difference between Australia and New Zealand? Okay. Foster's is hands down the best beer in the world. These are super cringe. I hate AFL. Yeah, right. Okay. When you say Kylie, you mean Jenna, right? Okay. American coffee is better. That's just false. I don't like slang. Okay. They're actually called flip-flop. That's an awful article. That's so boring. Whoever makes that? Who makes that? Just who reads that and goes, "Oh yeah, man, totally." I don't understand.
Yeah, I notice these things. Sometimes I'll get notifications on my phone for articles that are like, "This is what Tom Holland had to say about working with Zendaya on Spider-Man." And
I don't care.
And I'll be like, "Oh, it might be some gossip or whatever." And I've been roped into clicking on about 2 of them.
Oh, really?
In the past, but I don't
Okay.
anymore. Because when they first started popping up on my phone, I was like, what did Tom Holland say?
Yeah.
Clicked on it, and it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, who's
It's a whole article about one thing that they said.
Who's reading this stuff?
I don't know.
Who, takes in
I don't know.
that amount of,
It's
don't
awful.
get it.
It's bad.
Don't
Yeah, no,
get it.
they're not good. They're not
No.
good. They're boring. Yeah, what are you going to say?
Oh, I was just say that closes off our first segment.
Yeah, user feedback.
Look, I don't know if any of our Australians would have found that interesting.
No, because
we
we
basically
didn't.
just I can tell you I wasn't very engaged in it.
No.
But now it's gone. So
Well,
it's out
that
of the way.
first article I had was alright. But when you look at, things you shouldn't say to an Aussie, I don't like Vegemite. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, good one, bro.
Look,
That was super creative.
Like most stereotypes in most countries, there's always going to be people that fit them.
Yeah.
They're stereotypes for a reason.
Uh-huh.
But it's not like...
Not everyone's that typical Oz Australian mate. G'day, mate.
All Americans are dumb.
That is true.
Did you know that?
Except for that one. That one's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw our one American listener.
None of them believe in COVID.
Really?
Yeah, none of them.
Not a single person?
None of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I want to talk about another topic that we love to talk about on here. Subway, yeah?
Yeah. It comes up every now. It hasn't come up for a while, actually.
Yeah, well, I got some. I was thinking this the other day.
Okay.
You're at Subway, you're vibing, you're ordering your food, and you ask for double meat, yeah?
I've never asked for double
meat either. But people that ask for double meat,
animals.
it throws it all out of whack because you like that ratio of meat to salad to sauce.
Yeah.
If you get double meat, they don't put on double salad and make it a bigger sandwich. It just makes it more...
meaty.
Yeah, meaty.
But that's what you want from anyone that orders double meat. I'm guessing that's what they like.
If I'm ordering double meat, I'm thinking I want a bigger sandwich, not just, I like extra meat on my sandwich. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
It becomes like they're not going to go, oh yeah, let me put more mayonnaise on it. They're going to be like, nah, stuff ya. You get the same amount.
If you order a meat lover's pizza from Domino's, are you expecting an equal amount more of vegetables like you would on a Supreme?
No.
Why?
Yeah, but
You're using the same logic.
let's say I order a barbecue meat lovers.
You order double meat because you want
If I
more
order
meat.
barbecue meat lovers and I say, can I get double meat? Are they going to put more cheese on it? No. It's just going to be more meat.
Yeah.
But what
'cause
if
that's
I
you
want
asked for.
more cheese as well? What if I just want more of everything?
Then you order 2 sandwiches.
Exactly. But it's like, that's what I mean. Like, why are you ordering double meat when you can just get 2 sandwiches if you want? Like, what are you going for when you get double meat?
Something tells me that
Yeah.
the people that order double meat just want more meat and less salad on their sandwich.
You reckon?
Yeah, they want the ratio to be higher.
I'm curious.
You know,
'Cause it's like, do you get less salad, or does the person try and shove the same amount of salad in there?
honestly, I don't know because salad takes up a fair bit
fair
of that.
bit,
a
fair
bit
amount.
of that. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Imagine if you go up and you're like, "Can I get double meat?" Right? Get like, what, like, you know when you get schnitzel, and it's
Yeah.
like 2 like fillet thingies.
Yeah.
If you get double schnitzel, it's 4 of those, and then it's like,
Can you do? Is that
I
how it
don't know.
works? Surely you can't get 4 schnitzel.
I don't know.
That's a heavy
This
sandwich.
is why I'm curious. Does anyone order double
You could
meat?
knock someone out with that sandwich. Just smacked them hard enough.
Bonk. But then it's like, and then you get down the end and you're like, you order all the salads. So they're like shoving it all in. This is why I really want to talk to someone who works at Subway. Have you ever had someone come up and they just put so much on their sandwich that you just can't close it?
We should do it as like a
anymore?
podcast experiment. We're gonna see how much you can ask for on a sandwich.
Yeah.
One of us should go out. We should like put
Just-
aside like $25. Just like, can I get double meat schnitzel?
Double
with-
cheese.
And then, but act like you're unsure. Be like,
Oh,
salads.
Look, I might.
Can I get 2 cheeses?
Look.
3. Oh, actually, throw on a bit of mozzarella too.
Yeah.
Can I toast it? Thanks.
Actually,
Cool.
no fresh. Oh.
As it's being put in the oven. Ah, no, they're fresh.
Oh,
And then every single salad.
yeah.
And 2 sauces.
Because if it's like, if you save a bit of
Oh,
money, and 2 sauces, if you save a bit of money, like if it's like you get double meat, right? What, a normal sandwich is like, what, $12, $13?
Yeah.
Double meat's like, I don't know, 16?
I've never heard of someone getting double meat.
And then you get $16, and it's like pretty much 2 sandwiches in one,
Yeah.
minus the bread.
It's-
Whereas if you get 2 sandwiches like separate, that's like $24. Imagine
we
if
need to
you're
try
like,
this. We need to try this mega Subway sandwich.
imagine you're like, you're with someone and you're like, hey bro, do you want Subway? Yeah, man. It's like, actually, it's cheaper if I just get a fat sandwich, like, instead of buying you a separate one. So I'll just get fat, double meat, double everything, and I'll just buy another bread loaf and I'll just halve it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine you get double schnitzel.
Get some
You
Wonder
get
White.
it. You get it home, and then you open it, and then you
Open
take
it
the
up.
schnitzel off, and then you like take the meat off again, and then you give it to your friend because it's cheaper. This is curious. See what I mean? This is just interesting.
I really want to go to Subway now and just try and make the biggest sandwich.
Just the
Like
fattest
the
sandwich. Can you get double bread? Can you get half?
double bread. They slot a bread in the bread.
Can you do that? Can you be like, can I get half ham and cheese? I mean, sorry, half whatever Italian herb, and then half like wheat.
Maybe if
If they have like
they
a,
have
you know how they have
some
that
6
half.
inches cut
Yeah.
already.
Maybe.
So-
I ordered Subway a
many
little while ago,
questions.
and I ordered on like an app, so it got delivered.
Yeah.
And it came, and then it got delivered. I opened it up, and I got 2 cookies with it, and it was like, "We're very sorry, we're out of choc chips, so we got you this one. We're very sorry. Have a Merry Christmas." As a little
Oh.
note. I was like, "Oh, this is the
That's so
best. Thanks, guys."
See, if they didn't say
Delicious.
that and they just like, it'll be right, you would have got your cookies and be like, oh, what the fuck?
I wouldn't really done anything. I would have been like, "Oh, they probably ran out. Not a
Yeah.
big deal." But
I
like,
would've-
it was just a little, cute little note, you know.
that makes all the difference.
And then I
being
sent
nice.
a little message back, and I was like, "Can I get double meat next time, please?"
Never. You give it back to the Uber Eats driver. Can you take this back for me?
But I feel like
I'm not
double
an
meat.
owl.
If you're getting like ham, it makes sense because like maybe you want a bit more.
Yeah,
ham.
yeah.
But like double meat with schnitzel, how does that work? You know what I mean?
It's a whole piece of shit.
It's so thick already. Anyway,
That is a lot.
it's a lot.
Are there
I
any?
feel like it would throw it out of whack if you're like, "Can I get double schnitzel?"
yeah.
The person will probably be like, "What? I guess," and they'll just like try and shove it in. But anyways,
You know, I don't reckon. I think I would hate to be a Subway worker.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any other jobs that you reckon you just couldn't do?
I feel bad for those people that are in hospitality. For sure.
Yeah.
I've met so many people, and even friends that are like, just that I know, they're like, yeah. Like a couple of our friends work at a particular place, and they do like, I think it's like 7 p.m. till 3 a.m. shifts.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, they make bank, but holy moly, my life would be depressing.
It sucks. Because there goes your next day.
And then it's like, and then they like, I'm like, oh yeah, how many breaks do you get with that? It's a big shift. Like, I just get 1/2 an hour.
Yeah.
And I do retail. We get like, if I do an 8-hour shift, like an hour break and 2 15s, which is a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's heaps.
That's heaps.
It's heaps compared to hospitality. You get like 1 break.
I'd get half an hour and 2 15s at my,
also,
my
a friend of
retail
mine,
job.
So a friend of mine, and she's like, yeah, I've got to do start like open till close, which is like 8 till 5 or something. And I was like, oh, that's rough. How many breaks do you get with that? And she's like, oh, just a half an hour. And I was like, and then she was like, oh, how many breaks do you get with you? And I was like, an hour and 2 15s. And she's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, sorry. But yeah, I could never do that. I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Nah.
I couldn't do it.
A half-hour break in the middle of your day would suck.
It's just like half an hour's not long enough. You know what I mean?
It's very quick.
It's very half an hour goes quickly.
If you have to go get food, if you got to go get food, then half an hour is not long enough.
Oh, I got a rant. I was at work, and I was doing like my weekly night shift or like whatever, and they're like, oh, we see a lot of people like, because we get 1 break when you're on 5-hour shifts.
Yeah.
1:15. We see a lot of people going to buy their dinner. And they come back, and they don't count their break yet.
Right.
And they're like, you can't be doing that. And I'm like, this company is worth millions of dollars. Are you really worried about like the 2 minutes it takes me to go get sushi? Like, I was like, really?
Yeah.
It just sort of pissed me off a bit.
No, I get that.
But I know I'm in like a very privileged position where a lot of people get a lot of breaks.
Are you serious? It's only an hour of my 8-hour shift.
You
Why do you
dick.
care so much?
Yeah. No, but it's still sort of annoying.
I couldn't be any jobs that are like that deal with human waste.
No poos.
No
poos and
poos or peas. Nah. Number 3s, whatever they are. There was that
number 3?
There was that ad once with the nappy explosion. You know, the poop explosion. That like
so what happens when you have a kid and you have to like wipe his bum?
Nah.
Couldn't do it?
Yeah. I would. I'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Otherwise you got a poopy kid.
Yeah.
You can't
you got a shitty kid.
You can't be walking around with a shitty kid.
Oh, god damn it, this kid's shitty.
But I couldn't be a plumber. I couldn't be like a sanitary waste worker or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't think plumbers deal with toilets and stuff. They don't really deal with poo. I guess they deal with cloggages and stuff, but a lot of them do sinks as well.
Yeah, it depends what type of plumber you are.
Yeah.
Even like rotten food, like being a garbage, like working at like a recycling plant and stuff.
You would just stink, wouldn't you? You'd stink when you got home. You know what I mean?
It'd be awful.
Reek.
How do you like get rid of that? You must shower in petrol.
Yeah, no, it would
like,
have to just be like... You must have to rotate your uniforms. Like, you must just get like a new uniform every couple months.
Well, you probably use uniforms that don't like it's like plasticky that doesn't absorb stink and stuff like that.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like
couldn't do it.
I don't think they really have uniforms. It's more just like high-vis shit. But even then, they would buy like I'd buy so many shirts and just like throw them out because it would just stink.
Yeah,
you know what I
probably
mean?
just write it off on tax.
Something like
your
that.
comment on your tax declaration is
stinky.
Is stinky boy.
Fair enough. Stinky boy. No, they must get compensated, but for sure. That's like, have you ever looked at your pay slip?
You do get paid more. Plumbers make bank.
Yeah.
Because it's a shitty job. No one wants to do it. It's all about demand.
Poop.
The jobs that everyone wants to do don't get paid much. The jobs that no one wants to do is what gets paid.
Yeah. I mean, I feel bad sometimes for my managers just at my grocery store job.
Yeah.
They're under the pump.
Yeah.
Like they come in at 5 a.m. and they're there till 5. Like it's a 12-hour day.
It's ridiculous.
And they don't get assigned breaks. So they have to take a lunch. It's like in their thing, but like they don't get, because they're on salary, they don't get like a dedicated, hey, this is when you have to take your breaks.
It's the same with Bunnings.
I'm like, I could never do it. Like, I could not do that.
So I used to work at Bunnings Warehouse, and the coordinators. So each segment of the store has its own coordinator or 2 coordinators, and they're on a salary. So it doesn't matter how much they're working; they get a fixed amount anyway. But each shift, they'll do like 5 or 6 shifts a week, and they're all about 12 to 14 hours.
It's ridiculous.
It's like
it's incredible.
Shittest position.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like
what are you meant to do? And they're not making crazy amounts either.
No.
They're making like a comfortable amount, but not
Not
enough.
for 5 days.
Not enough
a week,
for 14-hour
12 hours,
shifts.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
It just I couldn't do any jobs that are like at night. Like same situation with like night field managers.
Yeah.
They come in at like 3 in the afternoon and then they're till like
3
2
in the
a.m.
morning.
3
Yeah.
a.m. And I'm like, I could just not do it because it's like sounds cool. Yeah, I get to finish at 3, but when you finish at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
you go home, you can't sleep straight away.
No.
And then it's like you fall asleep and you wake up and it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and then you have 2 hours till you work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Sucked.
couldn't do it.
I fell into that really bad loop when I was working 3 to 11s. I did 5 shifts a week of 3 to 11. So it was only like, it was 8 hour shifts or whatever. But I would go home at 11, not feel like I want to sleep because
You're just full of energy.
because I'm full of energy from work.
Yeah.
I would stay up till about 4 a.m., 3 a.m. Then go to sleep till about 1 or 2,
And then
just get ready for work. And I got so depressed. I was like, it really strained my mental health because I'm like, I'm not doing anything else except working and eating and
There's
working.
something about like
It was terrible.
going to work when it's sunny and then leaving when it's dark. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it where you're just like, this sucks. Like it's my days going away because I have to go inside this building.
Yeah.
When you work like 9 till 5,
Yeah.
you rock up, it's sunny, you leave, it's still sunny. You're like, cool. Yeah.
Well, it's nature to live in the sun.
Yeah,
At least
it's
human
like-
nature.
it's
Some
just
animals are nocturnal.
It's
but
a
like
mental thing, 100%. It's like, this is awful.
so much of what like keeps us happy as people
Yeah.
ties back to what we evolved to do pre like 2,000 or 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Because humans have been around for like tens and tens of thousands of years, possibly even hundreds.
Like being with others and hanging out with friends.
Like,
that feels
being
good
social.
because you have to like,
Yeah. It's like
we must hunt together.
it's literally from our evolution. Yeah. Like we need downtime. Yeah. We need to not be distracted all the time. Like we need to relax and stop and move.
It's about all of the above.
You know what I mean?
Well, other way around. What's something you could do for a job?
It's a great question.
It's very broad. Hey, you could probably do
I could probably do lots
of things.
I can't
because
see
you'd
myself.
like to think everyone's pursuing their dream job, you know. But is there something that you're like, I could probably do that?
I like things that are like dealing with people on a working level. Like I wouldn't mind being like a manager at a retail store and like managing people, but the actual customer aspect I wouldn't like. So that's why I'm kind of doing teaching,
like a project manager.
Because I'm like, in a classroom you're in charge, and you're having to like manage,
coordinate
like 20 kids and like tell them what to do and like coordinate things and whatever. And I really enjoy that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I would like to be an event planner. I think that would be a cool profession.
Be a cool job.
It'd be hard, but it would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be stressful. 'Cause, like, there's so many things you have to remember, and then like you might forget them.
Yeah,
like, that would be tough.
Like an event organizer type of thing.
I reckon I could be a pizza delivery driver. Who's sad to see the pizza delivery driver?
No one ever.
No one's sad to see their pizza arrive. You know what I mean?
Some people are very. I did pizza deliveries for a little bit.
Did you?
Some people, yeah. When I hurt my knee, since I couldn't be up on my feet all the time.
Yeah.
And some people answer the door and they're like,
"Oh, you're late."
How much? And I'm like, $21.50. And they're like, "Here's 22, thanks." And they don't seem happy to see you.
Why are you sad to see pizza, man?
I don't know.
What's wrong with you? If you're sad when the pizza delivery driver comes up,
give it an yummy.
You know, something's like,
yummo.
Ooh, the pizza guy's here, and you're like, "Yep, I've arrived, everybody."
But maybe they're not portraying their happiness like towards the pizza guy because it's weird. They're like,
it's not weird.
"Hey, thank you so much for bringing my pizza."
You don't need to be like that, but it's like, "Oh, hey, here's your money. Thank you." You don't need to be like,
hi.
The pizza guy's here.
2 pepperonis, right?
Pizza time.
What do I order again?
What did I get? Ooh, it's like, why you gotta be sad, bro?
It's the worst when you forgot to take things. Like I forgot a garlic bread once.
Tell you what, something I could do.
And I had to drive back to the store and then back to the house to give them the garlic bread.
Pricks. Yeah. One time I ordered pizza once, and I remember I had friends over, and they didn't bring I think you were there, maybe. They didn't bring the garlic bread, and they're like, "Oh, did you want like I can drive back and get it, or do you just guys want like a voucher for next time you order?" I'm like, we'll just get a voucher. We never got the voucher, so cool.
Did we get charged for it?
I think it was Domino's. You pricks! I ordered pizza on the weekend. I got 2 garlic breads, cheesy ones, and they came normal garlic breads. But I don't remember exactly because I think I might have been a little tipsy, so I don't remember exactly. But I was like,
New Year's Eve?
No, it wasn't. But I remember I thought it was like, I swear I ordered
cheesy garlic.
I swear I ordered cheesy garlic, but I was like,
Hold up, this ain't cheesy.
Where my cheese,
Where's
man?
my cheese at?
I tell you what, something I could do would be a photographer for an artist or something. Like, you know, you go on tour with them and you take photos of like them on stage, or you like video them. Oh, that'd be so sick.
That would
like
be cool.
The easiest
I'd
not
love...
easiest, but like it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Videography
Yeah.
and like photography seems something
Photography
really
would be cool. It depends what it is, though.
It's a tough profession though.
I couldn't. A wedding photography would be cool, but that would be very stressful. I'd be like, got to get these right. But if you were good at your job, you know, like I had my sister's wedding a few months ago, and the photographer went to, because like, you know, the bride and groom are separate, obviously, with the best man.
Yeah.
So the husband, or the groom, sorry, was with his best man at like an Airbnb. So the photographer came, he took some photos, and then he's like, "Oh, I've taken all my photos." And he's like, I don't need to go over to the other house. I don't need to go for another like 2 hours or something. And they're like, "Oh, cool, have a beer." And then he just sat down and he started having a few beers, and then he went over to the other house.
Because you basically just get paid.
And then you get food. I'm pretty sure, like he grabbed the feed and then went home, kind of thing. Yeah. Actually, no, he didn't. He stayed for like...
It's a lot more than just taking photos and videos, though.
Yeah,
it's like you got to color grade and fix up.
Yeah. There's a lot of editing, like so much. Like, you don't get them straight away. You don't just chuck them a hard drive.
But anything that gets posted on social media, you want a watermark to say like that's my photography company. Like it's a lot of work.
Sure. It's a lot of work, but they do get paid a decent amount for it. But it would be a cool job for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, any sort of... There's some photography I don't think I could probably do. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, but there would probably be some like, you know, I don't know. Like,
I've always thought it's weird when
strange.
When couples will get like a professional shoot done.
Or just them two?
Just them two.
Have you seen that ever?
Yeah.
Do people do that?
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah, with their babies.
Oh,
get
that's
one with their baby. Nah, I think it's weird.
You still think it's weird?
Yeah, even with babies. Like, why are you getting a professional? Like, have you ever walked into someone's house and they have like a picture of the mum with like holding the baby, but she's like got no shirt on and it's kind of facing away, so you can't see anything of her.
Strange.
It's like a motherly baby bond.
Why do you need to be shirtless, man?
Why? It's just odd. It's just very odd.
I mean, we've got family photos taken professionally before. Yeah, we've done that.
Yeah,
like just as a family, but never like... I've never seen a couple do it. Like just boyfriend and girlfriend.
All I look at when I see like professionally like posed and taken photos like that, all I think of is like, that's not you. Like, I feel like I get a much better representation of you as a couple and a family from like the photos you took at Christmas. Yeah. Or whatever. Or like a candid shot of like everyone singing happy birthday. Yeah. Or, you know, like stuff like that. They don't tell me anything about you.
I'm trying to remember photos that were like that we have in our house. I don't know. I don't really remember. But yeah, no, I get what you mean.
Know what I mean?
When they're a bit more, you know, normal and stuff like that.
You just want some like happy smiles, not this like
not
weird,
shirtless,
awkward,
weird stuff.
Holding a baby.
No need for that.
Get rid of it.
But like,
babies don't photograph well.
I think, even my family got that done once when we were all a bit younger. Parents went out and we got like some just, you know, everyone's just wearing.
You ever seen those baby photo shoots where they like put them in the basket and they wrap them up in like flowers and shit like that? And it's just like,
you know,
why?
Have you never seen that before?
No, I've seen it. That's why, but I'm still like,
it's fairly common.
Why is that? Yeah, but why? I think it's weird.
You think it's weird?
Then again, I have no photos of me or my family around my house at all. So maybe I'm weird.
Yeah.
I think that's weird.
Well, we don't have as much, but we did a lot like a while back. But I think it's more because like professional photos make it look a bit nicer. Yeah. And day to day, when like, you know, you're a family, it's like they've got school, they've got this, they've got that. Yeah. There's never really a time to get together and get nice photos taken. Like a yearly thing like Christmas and stuff, yeah. But like when it's like, you know, when you're going through the 9 to 5, you know, there's never really a moment to be like, oh, hey, we're at the dinner table, take a photo. It's like you'd rather go to a nice studio, everyone dresses up, gets cute photos, you can hang them up on your wall. You know?
Do you think there's ever people that live alone and they have photos of just themselves around the house?
That'd be weird. That'd be super strange.
Could you live alone?
Yes. You're on fire with these transitions.
I'm on fire with these transitions.
You're on fire with it. So last episode, I mentioned that I was home alone, and I still am because this is the day after we recorded that episode. And yeah, 100%. I've had so much fun living by myself. It's great
living alone.
I just chill.
Do you get bored?
I just... Although these few days have been pretty hectic, like I've had work and I've had to go here. But it's just great because it's like, Yeah, just those little things you can do. It's like, it's late and I'm like, I'm hungry. I can cook some food.
And I don't have to worry about making a noise.
Yeah, and it's like I can do this, or I can listen to music whenever I want. I can just chill. You can just do this. You can do that.
Awesome.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
I've done it very rarely, but I've done it a few times. Like being at home alone for a few days. It's great.
Oh, it's lovely.
I can see how it gets. Like the thing is though, because you feel like you have a lot of like downtime almost. Like there's no social interaction at home, so you literally just like do what you need to get done or do what you like doing.
Yeah.
You're more akin, like you're more likely to be like, let's call my friends and see if they want to come over.
Yeah.
Or like, let's have someone over. Let's do something.
It's a good way to sort of recharge, I guess, your social batteries. You don't need to be social at home because you can just be yourself. And then it's like, oh, I'm keen to go out because it's like, I've done nothing but talk to my dog for the past couple of days. But
the last couple of days I've been like fixing up my life, like getting all my emails sorted and reorganizing my banking and whatever. All the adult stuff that you need to do and keep on top of. But I've just been like sitting up in my room not doing much. And I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm just a bit like, fuck, I'm just a bit depressed, eh? I need to disconnect and like, I took my dog for a walk down to the river. Yeah. Went for a nice little swim. It was great. Yeah. A few big dogs scared her, but that's okay.
Big dogs.
Big dogs.
Yeah, no, I just don't live by myself. I don't know. I've like, so this time for the past, like early January, for the past like 3 or 4 years, I've always been home alone. Because my family go away, but I always go up late for particular reasons. The very first time when I was home alone, I didn't really like it that much because I was a bit like lonely, and I was like, oh. And then last year I had a full-time job, so I didn't really get to deal with it much. But this time, it's been great. It's been a great time. Yeah. But I can 100% see that it would get lonely for sure. Yeah. I've just been lucky because it's like everyone's on holidays and stuff, so I can still see people and all that.
I think it depends on the type of person you are. Yeah. If you're someone that's prone to kind of like low like spouts of mental like health and like
if you're in a strong mental state, it's fine. But when you're depressed, it would suck. Yeah, because it's like
you do need that social interaction.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You need people to kind of talk to and bounce ideas off and whatever.
Bounce ideas off and stuff. Yeah. So quick. That's why I made.
How good is it cooking dinner for one?
Yeah. Huh? Well, speaking of which,
super quick.
So I made my pasta. Right? Yeah. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. So I bought the sauce. Eat me, yeah? Eat me. I don't care.
I don't want to. You probably taste like jar sauce.
Yeah, I do. So, I was going to bring some over and get for you to taste it. Oh. Because I kind of stuffed it up a bit.
Well, lucky you didn't spend the time on a regular sauce.
It tastes great, but it was the issues with quantity. So, I was there. I was in Woolies.
Too much?
Too much. Yeah. Way too much. So, I bought, there was one packet of egg fettuccine. I was like, you know what? If I have some left over, it'll be good because I can just eat it,
Yeah.
So I bought 2 packets, which I probably shouldn't have.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But it is a lot. Bought 2. Then I bought the tub of sauce. Then I went and got some mushrooms and some stripped bacon and stuff. Cool. Got home, I threw it in. And then when I poured the sauce in, the sauce also has bacon in it. And some mushrooms. Far out. It was about 90% bacon. This thing. It was just so much
super salty
bacon.
And like.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad when you're going to get some, pasta and you're not just grabbing it all. You're sort of like picking the bits that don't have clumps of bacon in it because it was just so much bacon. I was
Usually it's the opposite. Usually you get a bunch of pasta and you see a few bacon bits and you're like, I'll take those.
Bro, there was heaps. I stuffed it up. Tasted delicious.
Yeah, okay.
But what's even funny because it made heaps. Like I had a whole pot and I had a little bit. And if you've had carbonara before, it's just so filling because it's so creamy.
It's very rich.
Oh, it's super rich.
You can't.
I had
a
little bit for dinner, and I was like, "Holy moly!" Yeah. And then I had a little bit for lunch, and I was like, "Holy moly!"
Yeah.
But and because of that, I didn't even use both packets of. I put one. Pasta. I boiled one, and I was like, "I'll combine it with the sauce, and I'll see how I'm doing." It absorbed it all, and I was like, "Wow, I only needed to buy one, not 2."
Yeah, right.
So now I'll just have this one at home. But it was a lot of trial and error. Next time I'll buy less of this, and I might try and make the sauce. But
pasta's you don't need to cook much pasta for you to get a whole bowl.
No, you don't. And it's so easy.
Pasta,
yeah,
it's super easy.
Super easy.
Yeah, literally, a pasta sauce, just a nice tomato pasta sauce, takes 20 minutes.
Nah. Yeah, barely anything. That part,
you can cook it for as long as you want. Yeah, but for it to be edible and nice, 20 minutes.
And it's not hard. It's really not hard.
You could do it 2 hours and it tasted a bit better.
I mean, I stuffed it up, but that was just because I bought too much. It wasn't really a tasting. It still tasted fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can 100% see why people cook this very often. Because it's like, we've mentioned before, like meat and stuff, super expensive, right?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
It's always very expensive.
Yeah.
Whereas like pasta, a packet of like spaghetti from Woolies is like $2.
Yeah.
And then like non-jarred sauce, like if you make the sauce, it's even cheaper. But even if you have to get the jar sauce, it's like $3 as well.
Yeah.
You can bind that up.
Yeah.
Add a little bit of this and that.
So
This and that and this and that.
you get stuck into the reason people say, like, I've went and got stuff just for meals before. Like, I've had to buy every ingredient for a single meal. And it's not that cheap. Like, it really isn't. Like, it's maybe $10-15 for everything. And it's like, that's comparable to going to get Macca's. Like, you'd think like, oh, what the heck? But where the cheapness in cooking comes from, like, stocking food.
Yeah.
So I'll buy a bunch of onions for less.
Yeah,
And I'll keep them in my cupboard because
and then next time you cook
I cook regularly enough to use them all up.
Yeah,
same with potatoes, same with like creams and stuff like that. All that stuff, like spices, you just get dried spices. So they sit there for years.
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah, of course.
To make cooking cheap, you got to do it often.
Yeah. That's like cooking for one can be expensive because you're only cooking for one. Whereas if you're cooking for a family of 5, it's cheap because it's like everything comes in bulk and you have so much of it. You know what I mean?
Only thing that would suck about cooking for one or like living home alone is that leftovers you have to eat.
Yeah.
Sometimes
100%.
you cook something like your carbonara.
Like my bloody carbonara. I have a whole bowl of it.
Bro, I've been eating carbonara for 3 days. I'm so over it.
Yeah, I had to eat it for lunch and I was like, it still tastes great, but I was like, I'm not in the mood for this. I'd rather have like Subway or something.
So if you're smart with your cooking, sometimes you can do like, maybe you do like a crumb chicken.
Yeah.
And then you use the crumb chicken the next day to make some parmigiana.
Yeah, you could do it very
like you make some palmy,
Yeah.
or you strip it up and put it in a salad. Like you use an ingredient for a few other things.
I mean, I've done meal plans before where you buy like, you buy a whole bunch of chicken, cook that up like heaps, get some rice, make like 5-6 meals for the rest of the week. You get up to the 4th meal,
and you're like, I'm sorry.
And you're like, I do not want to have chicken rice ever again in my life.
Yeah,
I'm like, God damn, I don't want to have this anymore. No. And then I eventually like take the chicken out, and then I'd have it like with like a sandwich or something because it's like, just need something else.
Different.
You know what I mean?
Than rice.
Yeah, I've had that happen before. But cooking for one, it's good. But that's what I mean. It's like you're home alone. It's like, what am I gonna have for dinner? I don't know.
Yeah,
world's my oyster.
Yeah,
you know, green curry.
Jump on Uber Eats.
Well, not Uber Eats. You can cook it. You know what I mean?
Are you cooking green curry? Are you?
Yeah.
Really?
You never cooked green curry before?
No, I've never cooked green curry.
Green curry is like the easiest thing ever.
Really?
What you do is you get a big bowl, like cooking pot.
Yep.
You put chicken.
Yeah.
And like just like frozen vegetables, whatever mix you want to put in.
Yeah.
Put it in, stir it up, keep it like whatever. Then you get jarred green curry paste and coconut milk.
Right.
So you get the paste, you put it in like maybe, I think it's the ratio is like a spoonful.
Yeah, okay.
And then it's like 300 mils of coconut cream or milk, is it? Read the label of the curry, and then you literally just let it sit there,
like simmer and
then just let it simmer and stir,
like creamy sauce.
and it's delicious. And then you get some white rice. And
right.
That is good stuff. That is delicious.
Anyways, I think we've talked about enough about cooking.
How good's cooking? You know what I mean?
Cooking's great.
Cooking's great. How good's toast? What else we got right there? Oh, I had to drop my dog off to the dog hotel
today.
Yeah, because I'm going away.
I bet he's excited.
He was beyond excited. He was like,
when he saw you leaving, was he a bit like?
No, he just like
did not care.
Like we had to change like collars, and she's like, "Oh, say goodbye to Dad." And I was like, "All right, bye, Finn." And he goes, and he runs away. He just runs off with the girl. Like, and I was like, "Okay, makes it easy." Like I would have felt a little bad if he was like crying. Yeah. But if you know my dog's very like independent. He's just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
he just ran off.
He
might get sad later on, but it's like in that moment, it's like cool. But I don't think you've probably ever gone there, and I won't tell you where it is. But actually, I'll tell you, it's near. It's like on the way down to Wollongong. It's like on the left there.
Yeah, I think I know the one.
It's massive. It's huge.
You need a lot of room,
and
for
it's
dogs.
Literally like a hotel. I was expecting just like a big yard with a couple sheds, and then like you walk in. It's like there's like a full reception.
Do they get
car park?
Do they get put into? How does the dog hotel work? I have so many logistical questions.
So I looked, and you could see kennels and stuff, and then I think they have little walking areas,
right?
Where they can sort of walk out onto the grass, and they can sort of just like walk around a bit.
Yeah.
But imagine like having so many dogs. You got to clean their poo. You got to clean.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much cleaning involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even feeding them. Imagine
Feeding
dinner time.
them, dinner time. There'd be a lot of food.
Room service.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm just getting changed.
You need new sheets. You need new sheets. You need new towels.
I'm curious. Like, where do
How
they
does it work?
sleep? Do they have sleeping spots?
Yeah,
Or do
yeah.
they just let them like pick,
I was
pick a
honestly,
spot?
I was honestly expecting, like, you know, when like those stereotypical vet where they have like kennels that like are stacked on top of each other, where it's like just a big grid of kennels.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Like,
expecting
more
to stay.
more
in.
cages.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's gonna be awful. But no, yeah, they all have like little outdoor areas and stuff.
Yeah, right.
I don't think they have that much room.
Right.
I'm not sure because I
Well,
couldn't
dogs-
see. I couldn't. But when you're walking in, you could see
Yeah.
like some dogs that were like out together on this little area, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. But there was just like, it was just massive. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Huge
I know.
area, and it's got like a full reception and stuff that you like walk in and
Yeah,
like.
right.
I was like, this is professional. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
I'm happy.
Imagine.
Just imagine walking in with your dog to drop him off for like a holiday, and all you see is just like cages and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
not very nice.
No.
You're like, ooh,
No.
but you're like, oh, okay, and
Yeah,
then
this is nice.
it's good. No, it's cool.
I'm pretty sure it would come out very quickly if people's dogs
Yeah.
were being abused. Like, there'd be signs.
Yeah,
and
but it's not
whatever.
really like I'm sure it's not illegal to keep a dog in a cage. Like,
No.
not so much like as long as they feed it and they,
But you'd
but like
want
you
it.
would
Yeah,
want them
you
to
would want
be
them to be
treated
in a nice place.
well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he'll be right. He's a big boy.
It's another
Yeah.
thing that you have to think about with pets, like how you're going to travel with them or go on
Yeah,
holidays
yeah,
and
no,
stuff
it's
like
definitely it's definitely troubling. That's for sure.
that. Mm.
Yeah, no, it's hard. But Will, like, because he's been there before, and he had
Yeah.
a good time. Well, he seemed to have a good time. I don't know. You don't really ask him, but he seemed to come back. In
Hey,
one
mate,
piece.
did you have fun?
Oh, he goes, oh, yeah, nah, you sort of just ask him, but nah, he had a good time.
That's
he
good.
had a good time.
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
I feel like, do you think they ever get in fights or like
Yeah, for sure.
dogs bully other dogs and stuff like
I don't
that?
think they bully,
I don't know.
but it's more of like a alpha sort of thing, like, you know, when like a dog's an alpha. It's
yeah.
like, "Rrr."
My dog, it's directly linked to size.
Yeah,
If it's a big dog, like bigger
Scared.
than her,
Yeah.
then the tail goes down and she like becomes real small.
Hmm.
But any like dogs the same size or smaller, she's like all over. It's all about size for her.
destroys.
Don't know why.
Has your dog ever stayed in a hotel or anything?
No.
When you guys go away?
Never,
No?
never. We'll
You guys
try.
probably always have some.
We'll usually
around,
try
eh?
find friends' places or.
Yeah.
There's also usually one of us around. It's
Yeah.
rare that we'll all go away as a
Mm.
family.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Nah, it's handy. It's handy.
it is.
Let's talk about Manchester United, eh?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
buddy.
was like, no one cares about Manchester United. Sean.
Everybody cares about Manchester United.
The soccer team.
Yeah.
What's,
quickly.
what's happening?
We were doing awful, but now Liverpool lost this morning, and if we win next game, we're on top of the table, baby.
How
we
many
are
games
number
left
one.
of the season?
A lot.
Okay.
A lot. We're probably halfway through the season, but it's promising stuff.
How often is it that someone starts really strong and ends up like last?
Sometimes, but it's
Pretty
this
rare.
season's very funny because it's like top four is like there's about 2-3 points between everyone. Like
Right,
we
so
were,
it's real tight.
We were like 7th for a bit. Then we had like a 6 or 7 game win streak, and then bang, we're at the top.
Damn.
Yeah, but
Do you watch sport? Like,
I
do you
don't watch
the games.
I watch the highlights because they're on at night. They're on at like 3 a.m. I'm not getting
Yeah.
up to watch it. One time I did and we lost. I'm like, this is depressing. I'm never doing this again.
What?
Unless it's like an important game. Like if
Yeah,
they
maybe
were
the
like,
final or something.
if they're like, hey, next game, if Manchester United wins, they win the Prem, then I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll watch the celebrations. But when it's like, you know, it's just like, it's a little bit, hey, going. But I watch some cricket and stuff, 100%. Test cricket is the best. I know I'm very much in the minority when I say that.
it's the slow one, isn't
It's
it?
it's the one that goes over 5 days,
Yeah.
but very fun to watch.
See, I like sports like that are more social. Like if you go to the cricket, you're basically sitting there to go talk to your mates and drink some beers.
100%.
Or like if you have some mates around to watch the cricket, you're basically sitting around talking, drinking beers.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the footy and soccer and stuff, like you're kind of more
It's very loud.
You're more
it's very-
engaged on the sport
on the
and
actual
on the
sport.
TV.
Yeah. Mm.
Whereas like the cricket, you'll kind of chuck on in the background. And
I mean,
it's-
I've been to-
and
I've been
it's
to
an
good-
excuse to get together.
Yeah, I've been to good soccer games. Like they're fun.
I've been to good soccer games.
I remember I
too.
went to
Or
one.
watch good soccer games.
I went to one and we were versing Iran or something, and if we won, we'll go into the World Cup.
Yeah.
That was sick. Like we were sitting in like pretty much front row. It was me and a friend, and we
pretty
were
cool.
like, yeah, and then we scored a header in like the 88th minute,
Mm.
and we're like, yeah, woo.
Every time I've been to games, the people around me haven't been all that engaged in it.
Yeah.
They're always kind of just like sitting there watching. They're not being like, waving flags or like cheering and stuff. They just kind of sit around and watch.
No, I haven't been to like any games in a while. But like you said, with like Test cricket, how you were saying before, it's very much because there's a lot of downtime. It's very much like you just chat with your mates and then you watch. You go, "Hey, we got a wicket," and then you drink beers, and it's like I've never been to one, but it would be a lot of fun. Like I can just imagine.
We should maybe organize a test.
That'd be heaps fun.
We should go once stuff.
But you can only go on one day, and it's very like very wishy-washy if you have like a bad day and it's boring. But still, like you're all there with your mates anyway. You know what I mean?
I do. Speaking of basketball, last week or yesterday, last week, I do. Like the atmosphere of a big basketball game looks pretty cool. Like everyone on the sideline, like, and they all get up and they like kind of they all cheer and it's like really like hype up.
Oh yeah,
it's very
super
like hyped.
Yeah,
then
it's very much engaged.
Fun.
That's definitely not a sport you go and chat with your mates. It's very much like
like you're watching the game.
But you got to look at like all the games that are like end on buzzer beaters, and it's like there'll be clips of like okay, there's like 2 seconds left on the clock. They've got the ball at half court, and they need 2 points to win or something. Yeah, and it's just like bang, and they just quickly shoot, and it's like and the crowd, everyone goes crazy. Like those are definitely like sick.
Yeah, there was a final. I think the Suncorp Super Netball. I watched it with my girlfriend, and it's like it was the same thing because they're like neck and neck the whole time. Yeah, like they're so equally matched. Yeah, that. It comes down to the last 2 minutes, and they're literally points away from each other. So it's anyone's game.
Do they go into overtime?
If it's a draw, they do. Yeah. Which I think it might have been, but they get like 3 minutes. But sometimes like someone will pull ahead, and they'll kind of like start passing the ball around and not attacking as much, and play it real safe.
There's definitely
so it's
some tactics involved.
But,
for sure. It's fun to. Those games are fun to watch, but what amazed me is how often they play. Yeah. So a team would. So how it works?
They play 2 games a week, don't they?
In the NBA, how it works is like so you have like your normal regular season, then you have the playoffs. Yeah. So the Eastern, like there's the Eastern Conference, and there's the Western Conference. Yeah. Because there's so many teams, all the teams that are on like the East Coast would play off with each other. Yeah. And basically the winner of the Eastern Conference versus the winner of the Western Conference. And whoever wins the world champ. Right. So they would play, it's best of 7. So they play one game and then it's like 2 days later, game, 2 days later, game. Like, imagine going like 3-3. Like, those are like, that's 6 games back to back to back to back to back. It's crazy.
Against the same people
and it's not like, it's not in the same stadium. They would travel like between places, and that's
crazy.
I was like, how are these guys are very athletic. Like, that's that's very taxing.
No, I thought forever that the Super Bowl was just the final of the NFL, but because America's so big and there's so many teams, it's split up into East Coast and West Coast. Yeah. So basically split down the middle of America. We have all the East Coast teams and all the West Coast teams. And the Super Bowl is when the winner of the East side and the winner of the West side. Yeah, that's the same as the NBA.
Meet.
So that's the same as the World Championship.
Yeah, World Championship series. Or
they call the Super Bowl the like NFL World Championship.
Yeah.
Well. But it's like they're American champions.
I forgot what the terminology is. I think it's like World Championship something. I don't know.
That's another
I'm
thing.
not sure.
Sorry, our one American listener. Why does your country call every like domestic sport that it participates in the World Championships when
they're the only ones that play?
They're the only ones that like participate in it.
Well, in NBA there is Canadian teams.
Are they in the NBA?
They are in the NBA.
Oh.
So it's
Toronto Raptors. Still the North American Championships.
I think there's a Vancouver team. I'm not sure. But it's like, I don't know exactly what you're saying. It's like,
why?
It's like, well, the World Cup in soccer is the World Cup because it's all of the nations.
All the countries.
And there are other nations that didn't make it because they're not good enough.
Is there a basketball World Cup or is that the Olympics?
That's the Olympics. But there's a soccer Olympics as well. True. So it's like,
true.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah,
it's a North American championship, bro. But it sounds better if it's like, world champions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get over yourselves, Eric. Grow up.
Yeah, no one else plays basketball, bro. It's a weird sport. It's loot. I've changed my opinion from yesterday. No, I'm kidding. It's cool. But no, exactly. I know what you mean.
I think it's still a little bit strange.
How weird is it that cricket's the second most popular sport in the world?
It's because the massive countries play it. Like India.
India has a billion people, bro.
All cricket.
And they're still bad. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, imagine they're trying to like weed out the good ones from that billion.
It would be cutthroat.
It'd be hard.
You could be like really good and play for another team,
Yeah.
but it's like too bad, bro. There's a billion of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, 100%.
It's probably about who you know too. I'm
You
guessing in a country like India, you kind of have to come from a privileged background to even get a shot at.
That's just racist. Nah, I'm just
No,
kidding.
but
I
that's
don't know.
that's the reality of a lot of countries like that. They're so they're in such popoverty in a lot of areas.
Happens with a lot of things.
You could be the best. You could be the best. You could be the best cricketer in the world, but because you grew up in, like the slums, then like who's gonna
Wow.
who's gonna
The
know that you're the
slums.
best cricketer? Know what I mean?
You have to get a real job.
Yeah.
Work.
I'd-
Like the best NBA player probably just, I don't know, is working at a grocery store
Exactly.
in Australia,
Exactly.
Sydney.
Could you be a professional sportsman if it meant you didn't make enough money to
Live.
live? Like you have to get a second job?
Does that mean you're a professional?
That's like what Olympians do.
Yeah.
Like if you're an Olympic runner, there's a good chance that
You have another job.
you have another job because you can't sustain yourself.
You
off
can't get.
sponsorship.
You can't get.
You're not
things-
famous enough.
I just make an OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. You're a good bod. Olympians.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard.
Yeah.
It'd be easy. Get sponsorship.
I find it so interesting in the Olympics, like the different sizes and like shapes and everything of all the different sports. Like you get like a woman that does shot put, and then you compare her next to a swimmer who's like really tall, broad shoulders.
Yeah.
And then you compare them to a gymnast, and then you compare them to a runner, and
Yeah.
like they're all so different.
Mm.
I think it's a
Runners-
really
yeah.
good like body image thing. It's
Yeah.
like look at all these incredibly powerful and amazing people,
Different.
and every one of them looks
Mm.
different.
Yeah.
It's good. Apparently, I don't know where I heard this, but apparently the athlete villages
Yeah.
at the Olympics,
Yeah.
massive sex fest.
Yeah. I heard that
Because
too.
like a bunch of the fittest people in the world all hanging out.
You know, hey, if you finish a race, because like the Olympics go on for ages, and it's like if
Yeah,
you're the
like-
100-meter race,
Yeah, it's like 8 weeks.
and
or
it's
something.
like you've had your final, and it's like you just here for another 2 weeks.
What
until
else
the
are you
plane
doing?
leaves. You're getting it done. You know what I'm saying?
You can't-
Securing the bag.
can't
Nah. Yeah. Oh, yeah, all right. If you could be an Olympian, like if there was one sport like out of the Olympics, you feel like you're good at, like you do the best at. What would it
Right.
be?
Oh, like what I think I would be good at
Yeah.
if I could do it.
Not saying that you'd like, but like it's like if you had a choice and they're like, which one of these?
Which one would I want to be
Which
good
one? No. Which one do you think right now you could do the best at? Shot put, long jump, javelin. Which one do you think I think I could probably do that decently.
at?
No, I'm not saying like Olympic level,
I think
but it's
I
like
would-
out of these,
I would be an
which one?
above average in like gymnastics.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Doing backflips and stuff,
Backflips and stuff.
trampolining, or just like
Probably trampoline.
okay.
It's the one event that I would be alright at.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I
pretty
could do,
decent.
I could do
You're pretty
good-
decent.
I could do stuff on a
trampoline man.
trampoline. Yeah.
I've seen you do jumps and stuff.
Maybe I don't know. Running, I'm pretty slow. Like I do like
Yeah,
a
you're not that slow.
14 or 13
But the-
second.
Running becomes very like there's a lot
Boring.
of technique into it.
Ah, it's
There's a
super
lot
technical.
of technique. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
they
I'm
had
not sure.
I watched this thing and there was they analyzed the technique of Cristiano Ronaldo like running
Yeah.
his sprints, and they were saying his form's like really bad. Like it's not a professional run. It was more like he sort of this weird
It's
form
like
thing,
a dash,
but
yeah.
he's still like very fast.
Still very
So,
fast. Yeah.
you know,
Well, I've seen
interesting.
like you compare like Usain Bolt to like the second fastest guy, and I've
Yeah.
seen like the same race comparisons and little things like Usain lifts up his head early,
Yeah,
whereas other races stay down low.
yeah,
And what it does is it like lifts your chest up and it like extends the length of your strides like from the beginning by only a few centimeters.
yeah.
But
But
it
still.
makes a difference over
Yeah.
the 100 meters.
It's like, have you ever you be doing something, I don't know whether it's golf or something very technical,
yeah.
and then you get it filmed, and you're like, I didn't realize I was doing that. Like, as in,
So
like,
dumb.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh, why is when I hit this golf ball, it's going that way? I don't, and then you
Yeah.
watch yourself do it,
Yeah.
and it's like your shoulders are so
It's 'cause
far
I'm
away,
twisting away.
or something like that.
Yeah,
Like it's so
yeah.
blatantly obvious when
Yeah.
you watch it, but like you can't see it until
Definitely.
you watch it
Definitely.
yourself. You know what I mean?
So I noticed that I used to film myself doing trampoline tricks,
Yeah,
and I would be like, "Why can't I get this? Like I'm gonna film myself." And I would see that I'm not like, I think I'm
I'm
throwing,
just not good
I
enough.
think I'm throwing my arms a lot,
Yeah.
but in reality, I'm not at all. And
Yeah.
it doesn't look like
Yeah.
I am. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
That's an hour.
41.
So we probably won't record for like a week and a half almost.
Yeah, so you come back. Well, I come back Tuesday and you leave like Thursday. So that Wednesday is when we'll have to film the
I
next
think
one.
I leave Friday. So we'll try to do Wednesday.
That period, yeah.
So the next week's going to be a little bit early too.
Will it be early? Oh, well, we'll be filming it early, but we'll upload at the same time.
Upload at the same
like
time.
this one will get uploaded.
It won't change how you listen.
No.
No.
It'll be the same damn time, same damn place.
Exactly.
But how we do it will be different. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. My name's been Michael.
My name's been Sean.
My Instagram, Michael's, is MOB_Y_Dick. Yours, Sean, is
No, what's that?
Moby Dick.
Yeah. Mine is Sean_Wool99. At Sean
_Wool 99.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the Young Crumbs podcast on Instagram. No spaces, no dots, no underscores. That's where you can give us some topics. We need some because we don't have any. So if you have any topic
we'll
ideas,
put a post out when we run out.
have any
ideas.
topic ideas, message us and we'll.
It's not over, by the way. The show's not done.
No.
And
no,
if you're
we
listening
will
to
be
this
back.
point, message us on Instagram.
You're a real G. I think we got one message last night.
Yeah, and it
or
was
today.
It was your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Message us saying iced lattes are nice.
Yes. Nice lattes. Say nice lattes.
Nice lattes are
Nice lattes.
Nope.
Yep, nice lattes. Thank you for listening.
All right, bye.